Now, how about them damn Celtics?
All right, we're back with another Boston Celtics video. Today we're talking about a trade because that's where we are. We're at trade season almost. We're about 2 weeks away, 3 weeks away from the unofficial start to NBA trade season, and rumors are starting to ramp up. So you'll probably see us react to some ideas that are floated out by various outlets. Today is Bleacher Report's turn. They put out plenty. This was from Eric Pincus, a 3-team trade to save Klay Thompson from the Dallas Mavericks. The Celtics are a third team involved. It is the Mavs getting Anthony Simons from Boston and Haywood Highsmith from the Nets. The Celtics getting Daniel Gafford and a $27.7 million trade exception. The Nets getting Klay Thompson, Dwight Powell, the rights to Yamadar, which is just, I assume, nothing. 26 second from the Celtics, a 2031 second from the Celtics, and a 2030 second from the Mavs, plus cash. I'll let you talk about this first, and then I can talk about it.
So looking at this, my first reaction is, why on earth would the Mavericks want Anthony Simons? They already have Anthony Simons. They have D'Angelo Russell. They have a very similar guy who is not a great fit for them. There was a clip of Mike Brown going around during the Knicks game where he was in the huddle telling his team to just find D'Lo on defense and go at him. So, like, that is the easiest red flag with this. From a Celtics perspective, this is fine. To my knowledge, Daniel Gafford's contract extension is not crazy. It fills a significant need at the center spot. He's solid center. Not the healthiest guy of all time, but, you know, Nemi has been good enough to start. If you have Nemi coming off the bench behind Gafford has to miss time. Nemi will be fine to step up again. Like, I think it does address your biggest weakness as a team. I don't really know. I guess getting like a bunch of second round picks is why the Nets would get involved in this. But like, there's nothing here that really is like, I don't know. But like, to Eric Pincus's credit, this is the type of trade, like, if you're a Celtics fan, like, would be happening. Like, they're not going to knock your socks off by getting some blockbuster done. It's like a trade that you look at it and you're like, well, I guess so. Like, that's what you should expect over the next couple months.
This trade makes no fucking sense for anybody except the Celtics. I don't know why the Nets would do this. I don't know. Like, the Nets are taking on Klay Thompson's money for 3 seconds, I guess. I don't know why the Mavericks do this. And expecting the Celtics to get Daniel Gafford for Anthony Simons in 2 seconds is insane. Like, that's crazy. Not to mention, Cade has been about as good as Daniel Gafford this season. Like, this isn't like a massive upgrade. And I know you shed some salary, and that's the point. You get a center, and that's the point. And you're shifting off of that.
How much do they shed?
But they would shed like 12 million, I think. I think Gafford makes around tax. 15. I'm double checking, but Daniel Gafford makes 16 mil, so a little less than 11 million actually.
Okay. So
he makes 14.3. He makes 14.3. He makes 14.3. So you would clear. But there's that. Also, I was reading the comments in our video today. I think Rob version 1 was talking about like the 3-team trade we talked about the other day, and was like, this doesn't make any sense, et cetera, et cetera. We're trying to find. I don't know. Our scenes are fucked up. I'm trying to. He was talking about how it doesn't make sense for the Celtics to get 3 guards back, and he'd make a good point that they wouldn't clear the luxury tax line. They would only clear the first apron line, which I still think is something the Celtics would like to do for what it's worth. I still think they would see that as an accomplishment. But he said, I'm trying to find his comment on the video, because he made a point that I think is relevant to a trade of this sort as well for the Celtics. And I know the Celtics are getting a center back and clearing some additional salary in this trade, but he said, where is this fucking thing?
If you want, while you look, I can read the motives for the other players involved.
Sure.
So this article is in 5 sections. The third section is why the Dallas Mavericks do it. Pincus writes, assuming Dallas is focused on making the playoffs, which they are not. I'm pretty sure we've heard like they're down to rebuild. If they're focused on making the playoffs, the team needs serious help at guard. Simons is a role player in Boston, a team relying heavily on Derek White and Peyton Pritchard for lead guard play. with the Portland Trailblazers in 24-25. Simons averaged 19.3 and 4.8 assists, 22-6 and 5.5 the year prior. Even in Boston with reduced production, he's shooting 40% from three. Simons can start at point until Irving returns, then shift to off guard. Dallas can measure the fit and work to retain him this offseason, meanwhile getting out of commitments to Thompson and Gafford. Highsmith is a strong wing defender with some scoring talent and playoff experience from his years with the Miami Heat. The Mavericks fill a need without giving up a first, yada, yada, yada. I think the big thing here is it gives you a rental to fill in for Kyrie, and then the contract goes away. So if you're interested in that, I guess, don't quite understand it still. No mention of D'Lo.
Yeah, and saving Clay for the Mavericks and sending him to Brooklyn is unarguably a worse situation. Like that is objectively a worse situation than
probably
Dallas
a cooler place to live, but that's it.
Yeah, I mean, Rob is right. I was wrong about the number to get under. It's 12 million, not 4 million. 4 million is the first apron. 12.2 is the tax line. I misspoke. I was incorrect. But he said that trade is whack. Why are we getting 3 guards and 3 players back? We only have 1 open roster spot and sending out 1 player. That's also a fair point. Wasting money cutting 1 player. Why aren't we getting John Collins or any of the bigs? Also fair. You could flip Bogey and John Collins. I think that'd be completely fine too. I think that'd be a better option. That's a bad trade and doesn't accomplish any objectives. It's pointless to cut salary. And then he also made a point of dumping our only asset. I hate to break it to everybody. Anthony Simons is not an asset. It's a financial asset and nothing more. And I think the Celtics are going to have to attach stuff to get off of his contract. This is not something where you can people will be eager to take him. If people were eager to take him, I think he'd be gone by now. I don't think he'd still be on the roster if people were eager to take him. I think it's just and for what it's worth, his play this season isn't exactly improving his trade stock. So I think getting off of Anthony Simons' contract is going to be more difficult. And I don't think you could get a Daniel Gafford back in return for a trade unless you find a perfect situation. And you would need to find a team willing to take on long-term money for the picks you would get off of Anthony Simons for. And then you'd also have to pay picks for Gafford. It would turn into a multiple picks are going out situation to get back that player. And it just gets difficult. The trade I said isn't perfect. I understand getting 3 players. I think the 3 players back, sending 1 out makes a lot of sense. I think me being wrong about the money, absolutely, you should shed more if you want to get into the tax line, but it's going to be nearly impossible to find a trade that Celtics fans will be happy with. I could almost guarantee you there's going to be a trade this season that fans are going to be pissed about. I can almost guarantee it.
My advice to anybody watching this video that is, I guess, just a Celtics fan, Jack makes a really good point about Simons. I would look at Simons like a trade exception, which is ironically something the Celtics net in this mock trade. It's a cap slot that you can put new players into. That's really it. I don't think anybody really wants Anthony Simons. They're, except for Milwaukee, isn't an easy team to point to and be like, if he goes there, he would fill a need in.
And even then, Ryan Rollins has been pretty damn good this season.
That just speaks to how replaceable Simons' skill set is in today's NBA. There are a billion.
Rollins has been better than Simons this season, objectively.
Well, he's had more of an opportunity. And that is absolutely fair. Very, very fine. Stats are better. The Simons situation here is just clearly not a great fit. He probably will be traded, and probably people are going to be pissed, as you said. There really isn't any market out there for somebody you. I guess if you want to see him get traded and get something back, you need to root for injuries. You need somebody to get desperate. And even then, the Rockets lost their starting point guard to an ACL tear before the season, and even they were not interested, or at least you have to assume they weren't, because the Celtics probably would have did a trade if they were.
Well, what were they going to give up? What do they trade for Anthony Simons? There's nothing. That's the problem. He makes too much money for a team to want to take a chance on him. Because you can't trade Dorian Finney-Smith because they just signed him. You can't. You're not going to trade Jabari Smith or Tari Eason or Reed Shepherd. It's just really hard to find a trade for $27 million, player who's only good on offense and only sometimes. It's hard. He's a fine offensive player, and I think he can help the Celtics win a couple games this year. But finding people value their finances, and $27 million for Anthony Simons is a tough sell.
The most glaring example in all of this is Colin Sexton getting traded to the Charlotte Hornets for use of Nurkic, and the Jazz had to attach draft picks to Colin Sexton for use of Nurkic. Like that. I think Sexton's a better two-way player than Simons is. Like, I think he would have been an interesting fit here had they went and got him. But there just clearly isn't a market for these guys. So if you're sitting here, like, keeping that in your back pocket, being like, well, Anthony Simons is going to net them something for this season, it's just not true. Maybe it'll get you under the luxury tax. Like, that is the thing you should root for. And even then, like, I don't really care about that.
Yeah, it is what it is. Let us know what you guys think. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I don't think that Bleacher Report trade is very realistic, but leave a like, subscribe, and I'll Sam take it out.
Hey, thank you very much for listening and watching. Make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe. We are here every single day with new content. Full pods drop Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. Game recaps are up the morning after each game. Other videos are here in between to keep you up to date with all things Celtics. You can find the two of us on Spotify and Apple as well. All pods and recaps are there for you. If you want to email us, hbtcpod@gmail.com is the address for it. hbtcpod@gmail.com. Our socials are at How About Them C's for Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, to name the podcast. All streams are there. They're on YouTube. They're on Twitter. Jack's Twitter is Jack's1NBA. Mine's at Sam LaFrance NBA. That's it for us.